stream. Sorry about that, everybody. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. Windows had a hiccup, and we tried to burp it, and it puked all over us. But we're good now. Greetings. We are Fellowship Gaming, here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwit. So please grab your favorite drink and perhaps a snack, and let us regale you with songs of our misdeeds. Tonight we will continue playing 5th edition. I guess 5.5e is now the official moniker instead of 5e24. We will be running this continuing and probably not tonight, but we'll be finishing up Azure Bonds, a 2nd edition module that Casey is familiar with, as a D20 OGL system. If you would like to see more of our content, please check us out over on YouTube at fellowshipgaming.quest, where you can subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you'd like to know, or if you'd like to join us, if you'd like to know more, kill the bugs. During our live stream, head on over to Twitch, give us a follow, a like or a follow in order to be a part of our live chat. So, how is everybody tonight? Not you. I already know how.
I'm angry now. I was doing fine earlier.
Oh, old man screaming at the clouds.
Yeah.
That was me yesterday.
That was me. That's me every day. Righteous fury.
Been hearing the echoes
Yeah.
off the mountains.
I stubbed my toe.
Oh.
I'm just like, it's a little known fact that a lot of airplanes have a lot of sound because so many people just shout at the sky. Sound protection, because so many people shout at.
That's how airplanes fly. The shouts just keep them level.
They're like, we didn't used to have this layer of soundproofing, but then we just heard everyone all the time. There are a lot of unhappy people in the world, and you only hear it when you're flying.
Yeah. That's why they fly so high, so that the air molecules are less dense, so the sound doesn't permeate.
They say it's for safety. No, it's just so we don't stop hearing you.
Yeah.
Guys are so loud.
And then you land and everybody claps. You're like, ugh, white people.
What is up with that? I know.
I mean, I will clap to be happy I'm not dead.
Yeah, but only if it's like a turbulent.
Sure. Like, I don't know. I don't get mad at people. I'll applaud everything. Like, I'm a parent. I'll applaud a kid taking a shit. Like, I'll applaud if Casey's drunk and walking down the street and pees in the right corner. I'm like, good for you, because my pants are wet. You know, like, I've seen some dumb... You've been in the military way too long. You've seen some dumb shit. There's a reason they call them grunts. And I'm dealing with that right now with my wife. She's like, fucking people, man. I'm like, I get it, honey. I'm not military. My wife is, and some of my best friends are.
I thought you were implying your wife was up to some stupid antics. I'm like, oh, I didn't think you'd say stuff like that.
Honey, don't answer. I mean, my wife, she married me. She definitely got into some stupid antics, but
True.
Anyways, when we last left off, I'll do a 5-minute briefing because I'm just going to give everybody inspiration for getting 4 out of 5 of their sigils wiped off and not absolutely getting trounced by being smart enough to not look at 5 monochromatic dragons and say, fuck it, let's do this. Everybody starts with their inspiration. If they didn't have it, and if they already had it, then then you're good. But thank you for not making me roll 5 independent chromatic dragons. I had the stats, and I think you could have. It would have been a good fight. It'd have been the hardest fight to date, easily.
Like, part of me is like, a younger me, I think, would have fallen for.
You're like,
him.
this is the dragons that Dungeons and Dragons spoke of.
Of course, the dragons are in charge, not the idiot in the robe.
Correct.
Listen to him. I wouldn't.
Right?
They?
Why would they?
I'm like, of course they're in charge. That's only one dragon for each of us. Everybody get to work.
Yeah.
Everybody get to work. Red's like, why'd you put me against the red? My one weakness, fire immunity. Fireball, lightning bolt. Okay, we're good. Pull that in his back pocket. Yeah, so you guys were at Haptooth Hill. You went to I believe I called it the White Tower. I believe that's what it's called. And
I don't know if we ever heard a name for it.
I
kind of
don't
remember
know.
that.
I have words in the book, but I don't remember.
I was just happy that this guy was honest about his tower.
So in my head I'm thinking of it as the White Tower because it's like a tooth coming out of a maw. It's not, but like Tooth Hill makes me think it's like an old
You think it's some
farmer's
redneck,
one
like,
tooth. Yeah, like
Appalachians,
I got
man.
one tooth. Yeah, cousin Rich. And he spells it with a K.
There was a second tower.
Krich.
Yeah, something.
Like there was a second tower, but
But the dragons flew into it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm pick.
well, no,
knew it
I'm,
was
just saying, I'm thinking like the orc tusk. in
Oh
the map.
yeah,
And there
And
was
then
a second tower, but it just fell out because nobody
decayed,
took care
yeah.
of it. The other, this one's been
One-
brushed and taken care
one
of.
single tooth, one
Yeah.
tusk. Hap Tusk Hill. Yeah, you were able to overcome the sigil mark. You had a pretty good combat with the Red Wizard of Thay, and you were able to. I say you were able to bring him down. You were able to remove his control of the dragons, and the dragons in kind were able to deal the finishing blow. I believe he was stunned. I don't remember exactly how. I think it might have been you, or it could have been someone else. But he was stunned, which auto fails dexterity saving throws and 5 breath weapons from 5 large-sized dragons. I believe CR 11 to 13, depending on color. Just is not something any sane person lives through. Which is good because had he teleported away and survived, he would have become the host for Tyranthraxus. And this is all information that Elminster gives you when you guys are Aladdined away on your brand new tapestry that is shimmering. And I in my brain, it's kind of like the Pathfinder tapestry, the open road or whatever, where it's like shimmering and it changes based on like you ask it a question and like the pattern shifts. Like, you ever seen those pillows with the sequins where like you can draw on them and do weird shit, like Light Bright style? It's that. It only flies. That's all it does.
Yeah.
But it just shows you cool things. So as you're
also
flying,
adds its opinions to things as it's listening.
and, yeah. I can't remember the name of Elminster's realm. I think it's like Shadowmere or something like that. But yeah, Shadowdale. So as you're
Really?
you get an a pegging of like, hey, come here. A pinging of come here. Pegging's different.
So
And,
this is what they mean when second edition was more brutal back
Oh no!
then. This is how the message spell worked back then,
Oh my
guys.
God. Oh, Alan, I'm getting the facts.
We're just respecting tradition.
Is that why the AOL's dial up?
Have to sacrifice a robot anyway.
Man, Modrons are brutal.
Please use words. No more Morse code.
So you are able to be escorted to Shadowdell, to Elminster's realm. You're able to take a day and rest and heal up, and Gandalf feasts you like at Bjorn's place, where you just have a hero's feast. Tells you have a little bit of time. Tyranthraxus's reach is now diminished. He's still powerful, obviously, as you knew the first time that you encountered him in Flan. But you have a little bit of time. You can take a week to attune and read the book. You can discuss battle plans and kind of using quick study and Talon's innate reliable talent to kind of get natural, take 20s, so to speak, on a lot of skills to input information together. Vandegast also shows up periodically, and it's like, hey, you're celebrated. We see you're doing good things. You took out all the bad guys, so to speak. They got the one last thing. You still can't come to Tilverton because you still have the one sigil. But King Azul is like, you did good. I appreciate it. We're not quite to the Princess Leia giving everybody medals yet. But, the bad reputation of your names is starting to wear thin. The negative things that have been spoken of about the sigil bearers has been kind of alleviated to a degree, not completely wiped out. Obviously, even after this, you'll be heroes of the realm, but a lot of it will, people will just be like, those people are bad news because you can't change 100% of the minds of the world. He prepped
Not with that attitude.
well, yeah. I mean, he tells you this. He lets you know, like, hey, this is the first time I've dealt with heroes. Like, you guys are pretty low bar, but you're kind of getting there. It's pretty awesome. We doing?
I'm just
Oh no, I'm just prepping my spells.
Oh.
I'm just imagining going back to Flan and some rando person in town's like, I still remember how evil you are. You'll never pull the wool over my eyes. I'm like, the heck are you?
Yeah, you guys let those kobolds in, and they created a cleaning company out of some well in the middle of New Flan. That's some bullshit. I could have had that job.
Look, I'm looking at
We
your hand.
imported kobolds to do.
You did. Well, I say you did. We did. I was there. It only takes one. And it was one. He had a broom and everything. I remember. Brian he'd been doing this since day one. He had bought like 15 self-sudsing brooms.
Because, the identify spell was very exact. We
It
had to
was,
scrub
it was.
everything because heaven knows we didn't know what this magic wand wanted to do. We wanted the identify spell to go, oh, that's mold. I'm like, why?
I also love the dichotomy between the second edition when we were playing it with identify and detect magic and all that, and it was like cost 100 gold every time to use the stone, and we had like left and right. And now Red just fucking forgets to put it on his list. Like, it's a ritual. It's free. Just don't forget to prep it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to prep it. Just learn it. It took us like 3 episodes to get him to learn the damn thing.
Yeah, that was funny.
Took it for granted. It was so funny. So yeah, now you're at Elminster's realm, and you have questions. He has answers, and if there's anything you want to follow up on, now if you want to purchase mundane equipment, you absolutely can. If you want to send letters to, say, your cousin, if you have women in your life that you like, you can send them letters. After about 3 or 4 days, Silk does join, and you can tell that she's now in much better spirits and physical health. She kind of, you have a great conversation, whatever the nature of the relationship is between the two of you. Says, hey, you're semi-retired at this point. If you do this, if you succeed, you will be, full-fledged. You are Swan May always and forever, obviously, but you will no longer be beholden to us for any particular reason. But if you decide to stay with us, I think we can make you an officer, or whatever terminology would be the equivalent of it. Basically, like, you can retire, but also we'll give you a stipend, and then you just do nice things, like you're a recruiter.
Yeah.
Go to the Underdark and find some more female drow to.
Did I not get my bracers?
I'm not sure if you added them to your sheet, but you.
Yeah, they're not on my sheet.
Which bracers?
The
Gauntlets of
ones
Moinder?
No.
Bracers of
Armor.
Right?
Was that the item you chose, or no? We did the unarmed, the wraps of +3 wraps.
That was the first item I chose from earlier.
The bracers?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Was it? Oh,
What did the bracers do? We could probably just.
what? Let me see your.
Well, I mean,
Old
they're
sheet.
not on there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
I
remember.
love how none of these Discord chats came through my chat until I just opened them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the Boots of Elvenkind and the Mantle of Spell Resistance, and then you got the wraps. So we should only have 3 items. I think you were. Those were the most likely thing you were going to take, right? No, you're right. You should have one
No.
more. You should have 4.
Yes. And I know the first one I wanted was bracers of armor.
Well, the first, the first because you started with the boots and the mantle.
The boots
and
and the mantle.
Yeah. Huh. that I bet that just totally got side space. Sorry about that. No, so that's fine. Your armor class should be 20. So it only works while you're unarmored, but you are
Yes.
counted as unarmored with the gauntlets. So it will.
Yes.
Your armor class is now currently 20. So just make a mental note, or not make a physical note. Take a pencil and write down
Yes.
20. Because
Well,
we did talk about that. That you count.
We
You
did.
asked if it would count as armor, and I was like, no, you're counted as. It's a formula, but you're counted as unarmored for monk purposes because of the gauntlets. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody should have at least 4. I believe Talon has a 5th, but he has a weird item. So.
Yeah, I don't count my dexterity towards my.
Correct. Yeah, you
Armor
don't add
class
or your
because-
wisdom unless it was higher than 18, which it currently is not.
Huh?
Because you would
No,
have
it's because of the gauntlets.
correct.
You're at 2
So
times
in 5th edition, anytime you have a formula for your AC, you take the higher result. The Moander, like Barkskin, sets your AC to 18. If your Dex was 20 and your Wisdom was 20, the Moander would give you no AC because your Dex,
2
your
rings
monk
and a
stuff
cloak.
would make you 20.
Ring of protection,
Already.
mind shielding.
But you are
Cowl of
because
Bat's
as a
Dread cloak.
monk, you can't use a shield or count armor. But the gauntlets
like,
don't count as armor for the purposes of those features. Yeah. So the
Or I could
bracers
ditch one of
say
these.
+2 AC while you're unarmored, which you technically
strength,
are.
you can do
So
21.
that stacks.
Strength.
So you have an AC of 20. And now you have the +3
Pretty cool.
wraps, which add +3 to your unarmed attack and damage.
Although I
So
think
when
it-
you do your weapons to get your 3 attacks that way instead of 2, then spend your key point, now you got 2 really good unarmed. And because of your monk features, you can now choose to do force damage instead of bludgeoning damage with those,
Yes.
which is really good.
No.
I ended up taking the manual of bodily health.
The +2 con?
+2 con.
Nice. And retroactively increasing
Yeah.
your AC by,
Not my AC, my health.
not your AC, your health by 10.
An additional 10.
Yep. Very nice.
I think for me, I just want to do some more research of anything we can about Tyranthraxus, because army is like, we say he's strong, but I'm like, I don't know how strong he actually is, because the last thing we killed of him was he was in a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never actually beat him up. I fended him off with my mind.
Because you can't. It's like punching the wind, you know. Tony doesn't know. I could read you. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I have information about him in the book. If you would like to
Well, I have 2 questions.
make some rolls. Well,
One.
how about
Because
we answer his.
It'll help with his.
Okay.
1, HP is just half your hit die, right?
Half +1. So if you're hit die, you're a cleric, so
cleric, so
D8.
D8, so it should
So
be
it's
5.
5 plus your con
I
modifier.
calculated it wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Second, I was going to ask Elminster if he has a scrying focus.
Yeah, but Tyranthraxus has a dome of force
That's
that
right.
disables that it doesn't enable you, doesn't allow you to do certain things.
Okay.
So
So like, think of him in the realm of, like you have archmages and liches, and they typically are parallel. Like an archmage will not almost always, but if they're evil, they'll almost always become a lich. And there's like an intermediary where if you don't have a physical form, you supersede both in a way. He's been so strong and for so long that he has an innate ability to possess just about anything. Not anyone, anything. And that makes him truly formidable because he surrounds himself with machinations like iron golems and crazy creatures like ogoliths and chimeras and I believe they're called minotaurs of Baphomet and shit like that. Like, not easy things to screw around
gonna
with.
need a bigger fireball.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. Like in his if it's just, and that's the worst thing. You guys are all marked. If he's not possessing a thing, because he can't just like leave a body, he has to be forced out of it. And the sword that's what the sword is made to do, is to force him out of things. You are susceptible to his possession because you bear his sigil. Which is a big part of why we were like, hey, no, you can't go just find him. You have to get the items, because if you have the 3 items, it's like Lord of the Rings. You don't go and fight Sauron unless you have the ring destroyed. And even then, if Sauron had a physical body and the ring was destroyed, Sauron would still exist.
Yeah.
His soul would be weakened, and you'd have to go fight the body, and it would be possible. So we killed the body first, and then we destroyed the soul by the ring. It's sort of like that, except for he didn't make these items, so his soul isn't bound to them. These items are intrinsically bound to him in a way like adversarially. So like the sword is cool. It's a +3 sword, which is already in and of itself very rare or legendary. But against him, it's mythic. The helm is against him. Its defensive powers are even stronger. The gauntlets don't really do much, but by them, there are 3 attuned items into one, and that in and of itself, I don't know what they enable it. It doesn't tell me that they do anything special. They're just really cool. As far
from
as
what I understand, the gauntlets can destroy a pool of radiance.
Oh, that you're correct. That is it. You are correct. By touching. So yes, Elminster tells you that one of the surefire ways to remove his presence, get him into an entity, a body, whatever, item, person, or thing, and then the person wielding the gauntlet has to spend 4 rounds and can only focus on the pool to demanifestate it, to remove it. So that you are correct. Thank you. That's great information that I knew about, I read about, and forgot about in the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whoever is attuned to those gauntlets, be prepared for 4 rounds of nothing. So
That's what we told the chief on your wedding night. So
yeah. 4 rounds of nothing.
Was the pool of radiance not just a regular pool that had his, he was trapped in a bottle, essentially, from what I remember. Tossed into water, and they were like, oh, it's glowing. And he's like, yeah, I can offer you power.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody's like, oh, it's a pool of radiance.
Think of it like
a
light source. No, it's a physical pool. It's there's several. I think there's 4, 5, something like that. There's at this moment in time, there's I think 1 or 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the trick is to he can teleport from pool to pool. That goes without saying. And the pool they have ebbs and flows of strength. So if he's considerably weakened, the pool is weakened, and its influence. Think of its influence like the Ring of Power. Yeah. The stronger the pool is, the stronger the pull of evil is. And typically, like a new pool that was uncovered in Flan was weak because he was weak. The pool in Myth Drannor is incredibly strong because it's an ancient elven city. It's got hordes of undead and weird monstrous creatures would be the terminology, but like aberrant creatures. And then in the center is his pool of radiance, which has had, 1,000 years, a couple hundred years to seep magic and the very essence of life and whatever around it into it. And it was probably his primary seat for I don't know if it's true, but for the purposes of this scenario, my DMing in this game, this is the last remaining pool. All the other pools have been destroyed, or have been suppressed to the point of not being viable sources for him any longer. In that, like it's I don't know how to explain it, but like he's just too strong for that pool, and he would have to wait so long that it would be like by the time it became a viable option, he would be weakened or another pool would be greater.
Like a big machine or a big fire needs a big battery or a lot of fuel.
Yeah,
It's just not big enough.
Battery is good, and like the minute he goes into another pool, the pool's instantly drained because he just so absorbs all the energy, and it probably would be detrimental. So, like, this is it. I don't know the lore. I'm sure Casey knows more about this than I do as far as the realm is considered, but like, I don't.
They didn't go into him very much
I think
outside of these games.
Yeah, I think it's like Elminster is really powerful, but even Elminster himself couldn't shirk up a pool. The gauntlets specifically are meant to do so. So my assumption after this scenario, if you're successful, is you figure out a way, the gauntlets of Moander, if you touch it, spend it 4 rounds, you basically absorb all the battery energy and you destroy the pool. And it tells me, and he can tell you this, anything trapped in the pool, because you could be trapped in it, and Tyranthraxus can be trapped in it, gone, destroyed, like black hole vaporized from existence. So, and this is the biggest, strongest, most focused pool.
You said 4 rounds?
Yeah. Yeah, good luck,
In
right?
order?
No. I mean,
Yeah, 4 consecutive rounds that the person using the gauntlet has to remain in contact with the pool. And only the gauntlets have to be in contact, and only the death of the wearer, the person attuned to it, will stop the process. So if you're a half-orc paladin who just constantly goes to 1 and up, is probably the and they're just waste. It's a temple of where he's drinking. He's like, you chose poorly, and he's just slowly deteriorating. Like that's the paladin
Last
just
Crusade.
yeah. That's the paladin just getting sucked. 4 rounds later, I've done it. He just turns to ash.
Sorry,
That's not what in my brain that would be how it would work, but it's
I'm
not.
just saying. I mean, you stun him.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any.
Stun him.
No, I can't do that.
On Tyran?
He has the gloves.
I have
Oh,
the
so
gauntlets.
you
I
have
have
the
to.
gloves.
Yeah,
be
she can't do
in-
both.
You have to be in the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just imagining like an Ash Evil Dead
Wait.
situation where it's like, you guys, how many rounds was it? I think it was 3. That's good, right? And pulls
Nick
out.
too, Baratu.
Guys, I fixed it. Let's
Just
go.
roll the
Okay.
It's supposed to end eventually. It's probably fine.
If
We'll-
I get it off, banish, and then you can go 1, 2, and then as you're about to do the 3rd or the 4th round, I pop him back in. That's an option.
you could do. I could wall of force around
There's-
him too. Nothing gets through that apparently.
Disintegration, and I fully expect him to have it.
If he figures it out fast enough.
You wouldn't use disintegration on us. We're so
Anyways.
nice.
What do you want to know about Tyranthraxus? Let's make some rolls.
I have an option here as well, if it makes any difference, to contact another plane. If a dead god would know anything more.
Then Elminster? I mean, you know what? Give me a.
Because we can ask him 5 things as long as we do it in
Give
1
me
minute.
you specifically. Give me a religion check.
I was planning on thinking which demigod came.
Well, this is going to be very. You'll find out in a second.
You said guidance?
Yeah.
Yep. So another D4. We will start the DC at 15, and for every 5 you get higher, you'll get more information.
I heard 50, and I'm like,
50 yeah.
dang.
No, I believe it caps at 30, and anything above 30 is like God tier.
Well, luckily religion is intelligence, so
Correct. And because it's not Arcana, I didn't give you advantage. but-
19.
Okay, so not quite enough. You do know from your readings that not a demigod, but an actual god.
Ooh. Sounds riskier.
It's an elven deity, elven deity. Name starts with an E. Is the patron deity of Myth Drannor.
Myth.
Oh Christ, I gotta find it.
That's stupid. They nerfed divine intervention. It's just wish. I get wish once per day.
I mean, can't complain about that.
But it's level 5 wish.
Oh, okay.
It's not wish.
Ah.
You like tell us, and we're like, I wish for cookies.
Okay.
Level 5 cookies. That'd be.
They don't
It's like-
contact
it's
you
like just
directly,
the
but
jumbo
Elminster and you speak through some gravity while you're reading your books. Everybody's spending time, and you do find the name Lebelis and Norith, an elvish god of longevity. And you're pretty sure if you had some way to contact them, they would have a bunch of information that may not be pertinent, but might be.
Okay.
19 isn't a 20, doesn't get you anything greater than the 15. The 15 gives you the name. And you know that this was if the Vatican City is to the Catholic Pope and God, this is the Vatican City of Elven deityhood, and this God is that.
I can do that no problem.
Do what?
Talk with any deity.
I mean, yeah. I'm going to let you know Lebelis and North might know something.
And what do I need to ask them? I have 3 questions.
We can ask. So we're trying to figure out more about Tyranthraxus. So we're trying to figure out how we might be able to hold him in a pool of radiance long enough to destroy him. What else?
They need to be answered with a yes or no question.
Okay.
Nah, I'll give you a little bit of information.
Okay, this is commune.
It'll be yes or no on a shitty roll. But again, I like the scaling DCs, so the better you do, the more information we're going to get. Especially in Elminster's library, where he has books that can tell you the future. So, not that he'll, no. Yeah, he knows that Tyranthraxus is a big deal, but also Elminster doesn't want to just tell you
He knows
everything.
what the future is.
He
and knows that if
he doesn't, but there are definitely balances who record, like Austinian, who records history. Elminster has access, but also I think he mostly isn't allowed to I believe the gods don't let him just tell heroes what to do.
Yeah.
Because that would defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
So if it was a little more hard pressed and it was required of him, he probably would have given you another +1 to help you get to that 20 threshold, or maybe a +2 if you were at 18. But largely, at this point, he's just sitting back like, oh, yeah, I mean, they're not inept. They're doing something. Let's see what they're doing. And now you're like, I'm a dwarven dude. I'm a dwarven cleric. Let me see if I can talk to an elven deity in Greyhawk where we're not the best of friends.
Yeah.
So,
But I
You got your
receive the
chicken
correct
ready?
answer for every single question.
yep.
I just need to know the questions.
We can ask if anyone has successfully trapped him in a pool of radiance before. We could ask about the sword, if there's a way to, besides just hurt him with that. Since apparently that, severed him from where he's at.
I think I have 2 questions. I need a 3rd question.
Best place to get better seasonings?
Okay.
That's pretty good.
If you already got what you...
No, I'm going with that.
Once you got what you need...
We've
I mean-
already done the 12 herbs and spices.
Yeah.
You guys have invented a 12th one. So.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, shit. Speaking of which,
Gimnor will just start.
since you're doing that, Casey, will you roll me a D100, please?
Sure.
He starts carving out.
100.
High.
Wow.
He chose high.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 zeros?
Yeah,
Really?
3
God
zeros.
damn it.
I was
All
like,
right.
oh, okay.
Has
Cool.
anyone...
Have
cool.
problems today.
Anyone ever
You've
seen
had
that?
the most lucrative. So
Yeah.
while
Very rare.
5 days into your rest, while you're at
That's
the
only time
Shadowdale,
on stream I've seen that.
Vandagast shows up. It's like, oh, and also I have this parcel, and in it is like this newly fried variation of your chicken recipe, so to speak. And there's now a It's they come up with a name. It's like the 13th whatever because it's not 12 herbs and spices. It's now 13 herbs and
It's
spices.
like a new element showing up on the
It's
periodic
effectively
table.
a new element, and it is selling so well that you have made 1,000 platinum
Oh my!
over the past 2 weeks alone.
Yeah.
Whoa! Are you
So
sure you're going to stay in
that's
adventure?
200 platinums each, and that's your cut.
Yeah. That's our cut.
That's your cut. I would like you
into
to
the
know
business.
that V and D are now upper echelon.
They're now nobility.
Correct. they have, as you would in that type of society, they have bought their way into a minor noble title. In so doing, they have increased the prices. They have invented a 13th spice, which is effectively just something they add to the oil to make it even crispier. It's abyssal salt. It's sulfur.
Oh.
Yeah. Not sulfur, but like frost salts.
Yeah. Just
Or not frost salts, fire
fire
salts.
salts. Yeah, fire salts. I followed you. I followed.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I followed everything on that one.
Yep.
Army is just like they have the money to actually finish the tower.
Yeah.
They take it over. And it's just floor after floor of like deep fryers.
Yeah. It's like 3D printers. It's this layer of deep fryers, and it's like stage 1, stage 2, and then it comes out the bottom and
It's
it's
triple
perfect.
fried.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
my
now
God.
I'm like, that sounds so terrifying. You're like, come and get us, heroes. And it's like, oh, well, guess we'll take the stairs. And it's just like every floor, boom, fried oil.
That would be horrid.
Yeah, you're pretty sure your carpet works off of biodiesel. It's got an engine on the back, and now it doubles as a bonus action. You can double the speed it flies as you just pour some biodiesel.
Pour it all over and light it on fire. It's gone.
Where we're going, we don't need no roads. You create the DeLorean out of an Arabian rug.
We're going back in time.
Oh,
when
crap, I forgot my second
Tyranthraxus is a
question.
baby. Bam.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't even know. Do that.
He's carving
Yeah.
out the stuff. His first question is what's the name of the deity?
Honorith.
Anorith?
Yeah, Lebantus
and he-
Eonorith.
So he goes, do
Levantus?
we have the tools necessary to defeat Tyranthraxus?
Yes, and if you would like more definitive answer, I would like you to roll religion.
Okay.
Okay, are you not going to guidance yourself?
I mean, yeah.
I think you can.
Aid him.
12.
You know what? I'll let you aid, so you get advantage. So 12. So
So that was 5. It's 20 total.
nice. 20's good.
Yeah.
You do.
I'm not trained in religion, actually. No, I am trained in religion.
Of course you are.
No,
You're
I
a cleric.
I
You have
no
to be.
Intelligence is what I meant to say.
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
fair.
I have no
I was like, hold on. You're one of those clerics.
I'm one of those clerics.
Anyway,
You're
sorry.
a priest.
Yes, 5 higher than 15. Fantastic. It's actually 2 because it's a base 10 for Wheel or Woe. You do. You know that and those of you who are attuned, you effectively have all the tools required. And even more so, there's a hidden tool. It's a mouse tool. It's going to help us later.
Right.
Yeah. Crime. Talon. You know that there are. You are uniquely. Yes, I will say this. It doesn't give you like actual verbiage, but you feel confident that between the 5 of you there is something in place that makes you uniquely qualified for this task. And I'm going to assert that just gives you an extra level of competence. So, in
Now
so
I'm
doing,
thinking
no,
about the soul gem and shoving him inside the soul gem.
yeah.
Continue.
In so doing, when you roll initiative against Tyranthraxus, you also get to add the +2.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. So
Second question.
correct.
Does Tyranthraxus currently have a way to resurrect, respawn, come back if we defeat him this time?
Roll.
It hovered. 24.
Very nice. Always.
Okay.
So yes, except if if all I'm gonna go with like God language. If all the stars aligned, you can break the cycle.
Okay. And the last question is...
It's like the crazy 8-ball or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well, it's effectively what this is,
Yeah.
except for if he rolls exceptionally well, it then rolls again and gives him like a sentence.
Yeah.
With our chicken business doing so well, I don't have a yes or no question.
It doesn't need to be yes or no.
What can we do to make it more profitable?
Okay. This isn't going to be religion. Let's roll.
Insight.
Insight's good. I like insight or investigation, depending on how you're going about it.
I want an insight on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I get advantage on this one, buddy?
I'm sure. Are you trained in insight?
I'm trained in insight and
Okay. That's all it
investigation.
needs to matter.
I was not trained in religion.
That's fine.
Yes, but I do have a question about passive insight. My
Oh,
passive-
it can't be lower than that.
So
If
it's a
you rolled
minimum
lower
of
than your
9.
passive, then your passive plus the modifiers.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's passive. Anything that adds to
Yeah,
it also
yeah,
adds to
19.
it. So 19. Okay. Not quite enough
Not great.
to
but
get extra, but it is higher than the base DC of 10. Reach.
we need to go to reach.
So, no. Holy shit! Yeah, the Covenant really fucking loves chickens.
Or.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, we have 8 billion grunts to feed.
I know, right? A grunt at a KFC,
Yeah.
man.
You create Halo FC, and all you hear is,
It's because it's too
clock.
hot. You have to breathe
Yeah.
out.
They're like, we don't know what your Earth money is. Here's all the gold we've mined from Halo, and it's just a fucking Washington Monument full of gold. You're like,
See, I was just thinking it's just like Boulderlands.
Baldur's Gate?
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
I was trying to say Baldur's Gate and Borderlands at the same time.
Boulder's Gate?
Borderlands.
Balderlands?
What am I saying? Borderlands 2, where they make this statue, the gold statue. Of
Oh,
the guy,
yeah.
And they just make a gold statue of a chicken wing, and they're like, give us more chicken.
Lava chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, reach. Right now you're regional.
Okay.
You're just in the Moonsea, so like you're pretty sure
Get
like
to Waterdeep.
so
Time to go to the planet Air.
subjectively 19's not a 20, but 20 it's close enough. I will give you this as a dwarf knowing business to a degree. You're never gonna see like this was probably investors.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't so much people like I'm gonna buy 10%. No, it was like, hey, if we give you a bunch of money, can we franchise and go to like Sword Coast or Cormier or you know what I mean? And it was most likely like Azun even was like, let's get in on this. And probably put like 10,000 gold forward. It was like there's gonna be like an Azun like. A Burger King. You know how there's a Hungry Jack and there's a Burger King because they have different names. Like it's just going to be their variation. It's really just that. It's probably this was like a franchise, but yeah,
We're not expecting to see this kind of profits again anytime soon.
unless
Unless we do more.
yeah. Because I know that there's in Toril there's like what another continent. Like if somehow yeah goes there.
Carter.
Yeah. So
There's
reach
a
basically
few
you're
If
global. This was probably step one of your.
Global
we can
takeover.
travel.
It'd be national, so
Mazteca's
this would be your
hard to get to.
continental. Like
We're
in maybe
We
100
don't
years,
even know
there's
when
probably
it's
going to
made
be.
it to Mazteca
It's
yet.
not KFC, but whatever you guys call it. There's probably going to be one of these in like 10
Yeah.
pounds.
There's
And they're like,
people
oh, we don't
in
have chicken,
Mazteca.
but we have knuckle trout. So they have like knuckle trout bits instead of KFC,
You,
so
you
it's
have
like
to
fried dish.
understand, huh?
Hush puppies.
No,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't.
So they
know
do
it
their
exists.
variation. You're like,
That's what I'm
shit.
saying.
All right.
That's how you
The
get Long John Silver's
place
cake.
we're at
Yeah, yeah.
has not found.
So
mass
you're pretty
teaching.
sure like you guys don't have to be heroes after this.
We
You
still
just wait. I think you're all long lived except for Talon, right? 'Cause
Correct,
you're all.
but
He's the only
yes.
human.
Yeah.
No, oh, you have
We
Those
know
are
what
happy.
card.
Well, he's the only one with a human lifespan.
That's Asia.
Well, I was just
Yeah.
like, we were pretty set up before we were kidnapped, so it's not like we were wanting. I'm like, 14,000 gold. I'm like, I don't know, just buy everything. I guess.
Yeah, I was. I ran out of things to buy,
So,
which is insane.
so I'm like,
how much is an
I'm
airship?
just like typical dwarf.
They
don't
Oh,
actually
yeah,
have
$1,000
airship.
So,
platinum,
and here's
how
the
can we get
thing
more?
that
Go to Eberron.
So in 5e, in 5e14, I'll still call it 5e14, 5e24, 5e or 5e.5, whatever. Anyways, in 5e, it doesn't matter how much money you had. That was the annoying part about 5th edition is that once you got to like level 9, you had to hope your GM was going to be magnanimous and just give you stuff
items. Yeah.
because you couldn't buy them.
No.
Right.
In 5.5, the DMG says this is how much money it costs to take a +2 sword to a +3,
Which is good.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a base. I mean, I'm not saying the prices are correct, but like in 5e, it was here's 50 gold or 25 gold, whatever it was for a healing potion, and then you just had to get lucky for anything greater than a 2d4 + 2. Now it goes, oh, it's like 10 times more. So it's here's 25, 250,
That was
2,500. But if you get 2,500 gold, you take a potion, and even if you're a barbarian, you're getting half your health back. Awesome. Now I have a reason to fucking want money.
Yeah.
And you had money before, but like this was 2 weeks, and you got 200 platinum, which is 2,000 gold.
Yeah. I'm just
And that was,
saying.
yeah, they changed the economy in 5e, which bugged me so much. I'm a crafter. I'm not kidding. Like I like being a dwarf.
Yeah.
I've done this for so long. I love crafting systems, and because I loved Eberron. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Caneth is
So amazing. And then 5e came around, and they're like, eh. And I'm
Well,
like,
there was a whole class. I mean, wizards literally in 3.5 were based off of how much money they could put towards shit. And then, like in Pathfinder
And the
First
Artificer,
Edition,
the first time the
Well,
Artificer
and
came
not even the Artificer, the Factotum.
yeah.
Like their whole shtick was, oh, I need to build things to put essences in them, and all I have is this money. And then wizards were like, it used to be experience. All these experience I put into things, but now I could put gold into it. That's great. And then 5th edition went, cool. And yeah, you have a standard of living like 10 gold a month or whatever when you're sleeping in a whatever. But then like standard crafters got 3 silver or 3 whatever a day, and they could maybe make 2 gold every couple weeks. And then you just go into a bar and you're like, hey, here's 10 gold. Give me your finest ale. Of course, every commoner like down on luck is going to chump you. Like the whole. If you guys walked into any village in America today with 2,000 platinum, good luck getting. I mean, you get it out. You're heroes, but you know what I mean. Like,
The only reason we are getting out is we're really good at killing.
Yeah.
I saw someone mention like here's the thing about 5e. Like after level 5, you shouldn't be walking anywhere.
Correct.
Like when it's copper to take a friggin'
Well, I
cart
mean,
from one side
to rent a horse, it's 5 gold for a month.
Yeah.
And that's including like the water fee, the food fee, like just buying oats and shit. Like
I feel so evil because when you said by level 5 you shouldn't be walking anywhere, I'm just imagining the palanquin with the people, and I'm like, yeah, but they're a little slow and they get tired easy. They
there's a
complain
reason-
the entire time.
There-
Oh, my shoulders hurt.
there's a reason we spend 1,000 gold on an orphanage so that many hands make light work, right? You're just like the goblins in Undertown carrying the fat goblin in Lord of the Rings.
It makes me think of the upgrade in Command and Conquer Generals.
The Palisade, yeah.
No, the one for the GLA when you get them shoes.
Oh,
And they move 15% faster, and you're like, really, guys? You're like, and they're like, thank you for the shoes. You're like, oh my gosh, I am a horrible person.
yep. Just give it to everybody.
Sorry, guys. It's just not enough resources for shoes right now.
So, who is wearing the helmet? Gibnor or Talon?
Gibnor.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're
Gibnor
good.
is-
You're
that's a
good.
valid question. Gibnor's
So
already
every day when you spend an hour to research your spells to determine what you're going to know for the day, Elminster. Have you seen the new Prince of Thieves or whatever it's called with?
Honor Amongst Thieves?
Yes. Where Elminster's nephew is doing the training with the helmet. You're effectively doing that with Elminster, and he's teaching you how to ping the location of Myth Drannor.
Okay.
They have an idea where in the world Myth Drannor is, but it's been lost to time. Elves don't speak of it. Like, even if they I don't know how old you guys are, but I assume you're not old enough to know all the histories. You've certainly heard the name,
Yeah.
Drow and Surface
Yeah.
Elf alike.
Yeah, I've read about it.
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
like-
certainly, but
Yeah.
nobody knows where it's located. It's kind of like Atlantis. Like, you're pretty sure it existed.
I mean,
You just don't know where it existed. You're pretty sure it's around the Moonsea region because that makes the most sense. Where that was where the biggest first giant elven kingdom existed, so it would make the most sense for it to be. But then whether it got reclaimed, like it fell into the ocean like Atlantis did, or it got destroyed, or it got whatever, nobody really knows. Even Elminster doesn't quite know.
so I'm assuming, because you're saying he's helping me, where he's just teleporting us out, we're pinging it and we're marking the direction. He's teleport circling us back because it's two different spells. Because I assume he's got a teleport circle in his place.
Yeah,
He can just rune us in.
I mean
And
he's
then-
a level 20 archmage. Like
Yeah.
it's just
And-
he just
And we're just like trying to figure out where.
you're
we're
triangulating.
it.
Yeah.
So-
And it takes you a couple days, and then you're finally able to get a feel. And it's not Tyranthraxus or Myth Drannor specifically. It's the pool of radiance that you are able to ping. First couple, you get like faint feelings back from where in Flan originally it was, and you know that's no longer. You get emanations like wisps of power, but you know it's not valid. And through this and insight discussion with Red, I'm going to allow a Arcana check with advantage.
Okay.
So the nature of the pools of radiances.
Well, that would be thanks to advantage.
Is it above 25?
Yes.
Nice. Phew.
You got an
Didn't even need nice. Didn't even need guidance. History speaks of probably 3 or 4 or even a 5th pool of radiance existing. You're almost certain that is not the facts. Through collaborative conversations with Gibnor and Alvastra, the Elven information that you've gotten from, because the pool of radiances are not inherently Elven, but the nature of them is arcane, and Elven are Fey and all that. Just you're able to sit down and like you have a eureka moment.
It's like
over,
Sudoku.
Basically, yeah, like you got all, like you're not all super intelligent. Red is easily the most intelligent, but you have enough anecdotal information and evidence that you're able to kind of finally put the puzzle pieces together. It's not that there were 4 or 5 pools of radiances. There was a pool. Tyranthraxus manifested it, and then when he moved to a new location, that became a new pool of radiance, and the old one went away. So it's a pool that he can manifest and manipulate. And it kind of like taking his battery with him, and then it has to charge through, and he picks locales of strife and evil or conflict or whatever, and he uses that and his own machinations to empower the pool faster. He tried it a long time ago with dragons and really fucked that up. Did good for a minute and then really not. It backfired real bad. I don't remember exactly. It was like there was a big war and some other stuff, and then he got sussed out, so to speak. And they kind of like with Dracandros, they reneged on the power grab, so to speak, and he was like, "Shit, I need to get out of Dodge." And then the people got together and were like, "Hey, this guy's a real bad entity. We need to come up with a machination to get rid of him." And they invented, through artifice, the Helm of Dragons, the Sword of Lathander, the Gauntlets of Moander, which were like these powers that kind of kept him in check, but really just, he's intelligent. So in so doing, the like when the first came into existence, kind of moved him, and then the second came to existence, and then by the time the sword, because I think the sword was the most recent one that was crafted, he went, "Oh, now they have all the puzzle pieces, and I need to get out of Dodge." But nobody had ever seen the sword. Nobody had ever seen, like, none of these objects have ever been in contact with him, or a pool, or anything of his influence. So they're kind of like, they've never been beta tested. But the sheer weight of their existence was enough to not fear him, because he doesn't embody fear, but to give him enough pause to be like, you know what? It's I don't remember. There's a meme where the boxing guys are fighting, and the other boxer goes, "Calm it," and he goes, "I don't know if he can, but I ain't gonna risk it." That's effectively what happened with these objects. With Elminster and your readings and your quick study and the communion with both the Dwarven and the Elven deity, because I'm sure you've been in communion with your god.
I've been just like,
Well, because I think at this point you have divine intervention. You can just ask him a question once a day.
Divine intervention is now I can basically cast Wish for 5th level and below. That's all it does.
Yeah, but it's just a percentage that it happens, right?
No, it's just
Does it? So the power scales, not the percentage now.
the percentage is out.
Okay. So
yeah,
it used to be like it was like 5% for every level, and then at 20, because it goes from like 60 to 100.
It was you have to roll and under your class level.
Times 5, yeah.
And it was just like, so,
Yeah. I believe at level 10 it was 20%, and then every level it added 5, and you had to roll below it. No, I'm 100%. I played it enough.
It was
Read the 5th edition variation, and you're going to be wrong, because I know I'm correct.
because it's roll a d20. It's roll a d20, and if you get your class level under, they'll do the thing.
Oh, maybe. Is that?
3.5 is the percentage.
I might be thinking of 3.
No.
I also might be thinking of Pathfinder,
Yeah,
too,
you're
because
on the correct path.
I think I was like the numbers, because a D20 is just 5% per number.
Yeah, it is
but
5%.
This is what he talks about when he says the addition wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they changed it, so it's basically that's what I was telling them, is that it's basically
Yeah.
Wish, but only
So
takes
so
the
now
fifth level below.
So now it's just ask a favor once per week, and it's like,
once per day.
okay.
Yeah, they changed it. It's
But now the power of it scales, and then at 20 it's
at
like
level 20.
Wish.
It is Wish.
Yeah, nice.
So and I can do Wish.
Any chance
Once.
I can get +1 on my swords?
No, because I can only create.
No. He's asking Elminster. Oh, you mean for your wish? No.
No, I mean,
But no, yeah, you can have +1. Yeah, that's easy. +1s are easy.
yeah, I mean, apparently we've got the money.
Correct. And Elminster is enough.
How much would it cost to make it a +2 from a 0?
Well, you can't make a non-magical item magical.
So this is a magical item.
Yeah.
So, but it's not a +1.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just it can't be a mundane item. So the GM, it can be whatever, but the GM, God damn it, DMG tells you that it has to be one of these magical items, and then how you scale it up. It does not allow you to make a although you would because you would have to be a sword, and then, but no, part
it
of
has to
making
be
the
a
sword
sword.
is making it +1. But yeah, so
Could Elminster man switch us out your swords for some +1s?
he
That's what I'm
won't, but
asking.
he'll you guys have money. You just, hey, we got a week. I'm gonna. You gotta,
That's what I'm
you have a
asking.
cousin.
We're like,
Also,
I have
friggin'
2
blacksmith.
normal swords. Can I make them +1? Can I get some +1 swords?
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. I mean, if you're willing to pay for it, Elminster will open up a shadow door.
We just got 2,000.
I know. I'm
gold.
saying again.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. It's like he didn't know that. He was, oh yeah, let me know all
I
about your
didn't
chicken.
know that either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he goes. Yeah, he opens up a shadow door. He knocks on it, unlocks it, opens up. Get to a black market. It's not a black market, but a black market. And he's like, yeah, whatever you could envision, as long as you have the money for it, it's in there.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just imagining the Resident Evil 4
Yeah, that's the
weapon
question.
merchant.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. He just like opens it up. Hey.
What you need,
No, and
stranger?
so I'm saying this because I know what's waiting for you in Myth Drannor. Again, if you you know what, let's be fair about this. You guys have done 4 big encounters. Each of those encounters had loot that you could have done had you been through all of it. We're going to fuck it. If we spend a whole episode doing a shopping episode, great, and then I have plenty more time for the next 2 episodes to plan
I'm gonna
all the fun
sneeze.
stuff. And Fred gets to miss out on getting
Watermelon?
cool shit. We're going to
It's still
say
there. It's
subjectively, you guys have your 2,000 gold from the platinum, plus, I'll say 50% of what you had before we started. So we'll say 8 grand on top of that. So you're at 10 grand base. And then I will double that for the last 4 encounter big things that you've done. So you guys effectively have 20,000 gold each that you can spend on mundane and magical equipment as presented in the DMG. Which I unfortunately don't have printed off in front of me. And Fred is not here with the books, so I can't ask for it. I know that there are base prices that we can, if you want to do a +1 and then evolve it, we can absolutely do that. The DMG gives me options. I can look it up. I know that there are, forgive me, there are pirating sites that I can utilize like Wiki. If we're really super important about it.
5e tools is also free.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
have literally said I am not paying these people money for this game.
Yeah.
They literally said, "We don't want you as a customer. You got it."
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, if anyone asks Cinderella about Myth Drannor, I'm like, truthfully, all I have are a bunch of cautionary tales and ways to just make it either not interesting so nobody looks for it.
Yeah. So
Because I'm like, yeah, I already told you guys that it was a center of our plumbing society. But I was like, the other story he has is that it was our first city that was going to be all men, and we felt it inviting, and so we were like, okay, I guess we
yeah.
need them.
So
So we lived with women ever since.
1,000 years ago, it was the height of Elven. The height of the Elven nation. It was then attacked. There were a bunch of Manish tribes that came in, and then there was a huge invasion of fell creatures from the lower plains, and it was abandoned. But the elves, because it is an ancestral seat, still use it to bury their dead. So, as a surface elf, you most likely would make pilgrimages / Mecca to what's called the Burial Glen, and it's the only place that is currently accessible by mundane travelers. There are forests kind of like nearby, but not super close to it. Think again, like in Mount Fuji, there's like the forest around Mount Fuji, but then there's a little bit of a stopgap between the two. And there are elves, think of like the Murky Wood elves in Lord of the Rings, that do protect it from like wayward travelers and things of that nature. So, yeah. Additionally, yeah, you see, +1 is, I can't remember if it's the
Trying to
armor that
find
is
it.
the higher tier or the weapons are a higher tier. Because like a
think it
+1
was
is like
armor.
uncommon for one of them and then rare for the other version, and I can't remember which of the versions it is. I could look it up, but I don't care enough.
How much does stuff cost that's magical and doesn't have a price usually? Is there like some kind of
Yeah,
way to
that's
know?
what I'm. So the price of object is it's if it requires attunement, what type of object it is, and the rarity. So if you find an object that you're curious about the cost, all I need to know is if it's unique, i.e., it doesn't have a lower grade, so like a +1, +2, +3 weapon. I believe a flame tongue is a +1 weapon with an enhancement like fire, frost, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you would base it as a +1, which I don't have it in front of me. I don't remember if +1s are the rare for weapons or if the +1s for armor are the rares.
+1 for armor is rares. +1 for weapons
Is uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then it's 10 times the cost of the base weapon. So if the base weapon is a scimitar, I think it's like 6 gold, so it'd be like 60 gold or something like that to make it a +1. Then to add more to it, so +2 would be an additional 10, so it'd be like 600 and then 6,000 for a +3. Weapons would be, or armor would be the same, so a +3 plate mail would be what, 15,000? Which is a lot, but sounds correct. And then also, to make it out of mithril, you would double that, and now you're immune to crits, or adamantine, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I spend 12,000 gold, I can get a +3 and a +3.
Yeah,
Do you have that?
he has 20.
I have
Everybody has
20,000
20.
gold.
Depending on what I'm doing, I don't think I'll need anything. I'm willing.
This
to
is
do
the
that.
thing. No, I have it.
You need 24. You only have 20.
No, it's 6,000 for each.
6,000
Oh,
each.
I heard 12 and 12. You needed 12 and 12. I'm like,
No,
oh
no,
my
yeah, he
gosh.
was just confirming,
Okay.
yeah. Alternatively, if you wanted, you could do 2 +2s and then add something like flame tongue or frost tongue or whatever to if you wanted to do extra damage.
I like the bonus to hit.
Sure.
I roll a lot, so bonuses to hit is kind of
No,
in my
I totally
favor.
understand. And having 2 +3 weapons would match your wraps. So then,
Yeah.
yeah,
So everything becomes +11 instead of
yeah.
3 +8s, 2 +11s.
If you're interested, since you have an extra 8 grand, +3 is just a modifier. You can add something on top of that. If you wanted to, for that additional 8 grand, you can then just make them force manipulated weapons. So now they're +3/+3, and their damage becomes force.
And how much would that cost?
4 grand each.
Oh,
So it would be effective. Well, 3 grand each. So you'd have 2 grand left, because it would be half the cost of the weapon to then finalize the enchantment.
okay. No, that sounds worth it. So 6,000 in their force.
Yep.
To make sure I heard you correctly, you said to make an armor +2, plate armor +2 would be 15,000.
No, that's plus. That would be 3, because it would be 100 times the base cost for plate.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's 10. It's 10, 10, 10. So
Okay,
it would be
that's totally fine.
because it's 1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be 100 times would be 15,000. Yeah, so 15,000, and then for another 2,500, you can make it mithril or adamantine.
And shields, because a +1 shield is uncommon, would be what to +3?
No, it'd be +1 shields are rare because it's their armor. It would be the same cost.
I think they're considered.
I mean, look it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
think-
confirm,
no, it's
please.
totally fine. Yeah, no,
That's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that +1 weapons and +1 armors are, one is uncommon, one is rare. So yeah, yeah.
Man, I can't do English, man.
Yeah, no, that makes my character so much easier to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, you just fight ghosts now. But
Yeah.
now you're literally
Effectively.
rolling all of your, everything is now the same numbers. So everything's
Yes.
+11, everything's +7 for your damage, and it's all force. It's force or your base, whatever you decide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're literally a Jedi at this point. Boom, 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 pop, 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 pop. Oh, see that monk? That bitch is fucked up. She just punched that ghost in the face twice. Anything you want, Brian?
Well, I was trying to decide, because I was like, I know I have the lowest AC of the group, but part of me is like, I kind of like it.
What's your con modifier?
Con is +2.
14.
Mm-hmm.
There's a necklace that could give you a 19.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
I
that would
could
give
take more
you
hits.
20 extra hit points and +2 to your Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, how much is that necklace?
Oh, I gotta look it up. Let me find out the rarity of it.
Yeah.
And you also have to look at the attunement slots. I gotta remember what it's called.
So a +1 shield is considered uncommon, which is interesting.
Okay, all right, hold on.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I was on the same impression. I was like, that's super weird. And then I looked up like that says it uncommon. Okay. I made sure it was 2024, not legacy. Good night.
Interesting. So shields are the same as weapons
Yeah.
instead of armor. I mean, they're considered, you know what I mean, they're considered
Yeah.
armor, but. Yeah, +1 armor is rare. Interesting.
Yeah. No, I thought yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be the same cost.
For $6,000 for it to be a
+3.
+3.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a flat 5 AC right there.
Yeah. Gunner, do you know what you're buying?
Oh, there's a couple things, but I don't know if they're in my price range.
Like what?
He likes his rings apparently. There's a ring of spell turning, which sounded kind of fun.
It's pretty nice.
You could
A
upgrade
luck blade
Okay.
sounded nice.
You could upgrade your rings.
It would be
How do I up?
2,500 gold for Amulet of Health.
You
That's
can
just-
up. Why would you upgrade a ring? What would that do?
Don't you have?
Wow,
you have a ring of protection,
2,500.
right?
Yeah,
It's a
And that
+1.
takes your con to 19?
I mean,
It sets your con at 19, yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know if that's how that works. It gives +1.
Yes, so we could make it up to a +2 or a +3.
No, so the rings and the cloaks are fixed at +1. That's all they do.
Oh,
It's not like Pathfinder where they're
Okay.
scaling.
that's fine.
Yeah, the helmet acts as a cloak, but it has a unique ability specific to Tyranthraxus.
Okay.
You could invent a thing, like a circumstance where it becomes a +2 for both of those.
That's good to know.
Yeah, but just you're inventing like, oh, it's +1/+1, but it's a +2 against dragons
Yeah.
or +2 against whatever. And the rarer the creature that you will encounter, the lower the cost modifier would be. Because like a
If
plus,
it only is good against mimics.
yeah, then it's
Yeah.
probably going to cost half of what it would cost if you, and it would be like 10 times the cost if it was like against humans.
Yeah.
Because then it is a plus. It's basically a +2/+2 for everything.
That is really tempting. To,
Brian, what are you getting?
Yeah, I mean at this way you just need to borrow 500 gold from somebody.
yeah, I know.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
kind
Gimnar.
of what I'm.
Although I'm pretty sure Gimnar already said to
wondering.
give it to you. He's
Yeah,
like,
hold
yeah.
on that. Hold off on that for a second.
he's like,
Hold
shit.
off
I
on
actually
it.
have.
That's what I'm saying. I need everyone else to figure out.
How much is a deck of many things?
No.
No.
I mean, I'll give you a price if you're actually.
That is a wondrous item at a very rare rarity, and I give it a real punch.
There
you
is
before you can move on with
literally
it.
a reason why, if you watch the Chaotic Good Barbarian, that's one of the achievements on his achievement list. Because that's one of the achievements on his achievement list. Pull every card from a deck of many things.
Oh.
It's like,
Okay. Pull.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
how many? No,
3.
You have to determine.
I don't want that one. I want this one, and The one under that.
That one? Okay, so hold on. No.
Yeah.
You flip over that one. Good luck.
Yeah. Also, there's only 13 cards or 22 in the deck. There's not 52.
So when did they change? Oh, that's right. They changed the...
There's only
Yeah.
13?
It's just it's the major arcana, and then most decks don't have the worst of the major arcana because there's only 22 major arcana in the tarot. So the deck of many things isn't playing cards; it's tarot.
When they updated it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they say things like Ace of Diamonds, whatever, but they're meant to mirror the 22 arcana. So like an Ace of Diamonds
cards
is
are
called the Vizier.
I do not have my keys on me.
I'm gonna go look and see whose card it is.
I hope it's not
my
mine.
cards. I don't have an alarm on my card.
Okay, so Vizier.
Neighbors next door.
Okay.
It's Gunners.
Yeah. Well,
Vizier. At any time you choose within 1 year of drawing the card, you can ask a question in meditation and mentally receive a truthful answer to that question. Besides information, the answer helps you solve a puzzling problem or other dilemma. In other words, the knowledge comes with wisdom on how to apply it. So that's the Ace of Diamonds, the Vizier.
Oh.
You get the Eight of Spades.
6 of spades, and it's not on here.
Yeah, it has to be the two Jokers,
Yeah.
twos, the Ace, King, Queens, and Jacks. So yeah, so let's just assume you drew the two of spades.
Yeah.
That's called balance. Your mind suffers a wrenching alteration, causing your alignment to change. Lawful becomes chaotic, good becomes evil, and vice versa. If you are too neutral or unaligned, the card has no effect.
And
ooh.
then 4 of
Nope.
hearts.
So hearts, we'll
Jab.
say Queen of Hearts.
No, I was gonna say 2 of hearts.
No, you don't get two twos. Queen of Hearts, key. It's alphabetical. So key is
Key is a rare or rare magic item. Magic weapon with which you are proficient appears in your hand.
yep.
That makes it less fun.
Fancy.
But while you have it as an action, you can brandish this card and use it to cast the knock spell with no sound made by the spell. The property can be used 5 times, and then you regain all expended uses at dawn.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that is it's a unique, wondrous item. There's many, but like the unique has 22. I know. The unique has 22. Every other deck only has 13.
Mm. So
Legendary,
probably-
that would be like 11 grand.
Mm.
Long time ago in series in editions long.
Hey, D&D.
There were cards basically if you pulled it, you died instantly, and everyone around you in like a 500-foot radius also died.
Oh, wow.
But no, they would take like 100 D10
Yeah, it was
damage or
yeah,
something like that.
Effectively
Yeah.
died. for the
Correct.
damage.
There was
All the
also
wizards are
there
dead.
was one where if you draw this card, you instantly gain 10,000 experience. There was another one where if you draw this card, you enter a 1-to-1 combat with a Denzian of the higher hells, and if you survive, if you win, you gain a level.
It's also one that death now comes after you.
Correct. Death
Period.
knows your name.
Wow.
You don't know where or when he'll show up, but Death now knows you exist and is coming for you.
And they send,
Wow.
Hey,
an
Death.
unkillable creature after you.
Avatar.
So-
They're not unkillable.
Red is
They're
smart enough
killable.
to not
they
pull
have like,
any
like
cards.
10 hit points, but they always come, and that's the rest of your life. It's the snail dilemma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Some-
Any other ideas, Brian?
All right.
Someday I will play a character
take a
that can
break quick?
use that, but
Yeah, we can.
I don't
it's
think-
8:30. We can take a break.
Yeah, definitely take a break.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll take a break. We'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes.
see you in 5 or 10.
8:40.
Boom. Welcome back to Monday evening. Nope. We are continuing on with
I don't either.
AD&D Second Edition Shopping Mode. No, I'm kidding. D&D 5th
No, it
Edition
really is
5.5,
shopping mode.
5e24, Curse of Azure Bonds. We are in Shadow Dell in the Demon's Market buying stuff.
Gunner,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're going to buy, but if you have 1,000 gold you want to give up to me, it'll give me a +8 AC shift. Okay.
I would talk to Thayan.
Yeah. Hey, well, I can't be like, Talon, will you give me money?
Well-
Yes.
Well, I can roleplay for him. He's going to say yes, but interest.
Yeah,
So
so get it.
Yeah, if you, he'll give you 1,000. You got to give him 1,250 back in a month.
Man, he's a thief.
No kidding.
Read his subclass.
Oh, that's why I said it. What armor is he in right now? He's in leather,
Glamored studded leather.
hammer studded.
Yeah, +1 plus the 13 with his high dex. I think he has a 18 AC right now.
I'm trying to think of whether or not he wants to have extra armor. Or
I'm going to do the shopping for him.
Four-sided.
Because
It
so
would be
as
this
I
color.
said a couple
I-
weeks ago,
yeah,
when I
same color as
play
the
a
ground.
character in
Yeah, pretty
5e,
much.
Talon is the character I play. I love the rogue. I love skilled. I love reliable talent. So every time I've leveled Talon up, it's as if I was playing him.
Okay.
So that's why he's solid.
Okay.
So I'll do that. He's going to get some utility stuff, and there's a 2 rings I want to get him. He already has the Ring of Regeneration. So every round he just heals 1d6 regardless.
which is good for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a belt I want to get him, and I know he'll be able to afford it even with 1,000 missing, because I think I have about 13,000 in mind.
Okay.
And he's got a 9 live stealer dagger.
Oh.
So +2/+2, and 6 times before it goes defunct. If he stabs a creature and it has less than 100 hit points, it makes a roll or it dies.
Yeah.
Which is always.
But he has to expend the charge. But it's basically disintegrate 6 times, and then the dagger is just +2/+2.
Okay.
It's
Well, definitely
really
at
nice.
1250, I'll definitely work with him on that
Yeah.
in a month. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it won't matter.
Yeah.
I just know that he doesn't need the full 20.
So that will give me a +3 shield and turn my plate armor of gleaming
Yeah.
into plate armor of gleaming +3,
Yeah.
which is stupid. And that is an
So 18, 19, 20, 21 plus 5 is a 26 base.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, like I said, I need the 500 would
Yeah, full plate is 18 plus 3,
give me
21,
30
and then 2 for the shield plus 3 is another
Oh.
5, 26.
My brain is like, that's wrong. I'm counting the original shield in there, and that's the issue. I'm getting a +6 ship.
Right.
My brain was like, no, that's not right.
Yeah. 26 is your base AC, and then if you have Shield of Faith or anything that you add on to that, it all scales, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
The highest potential AC you require is a 29.
You're required?
So yes, once you hit 29, the highest modifier to hit you is +19, which is Orcus with his wand. So you need a 29 to not to be auto hit by everybody,
Yeah.
except for a 20, because a 20 always hits no matter what. So yeah, so a 19 is a swing of 10, so to not be auto hit by, or maybe it's 38 is what it is, but it's still 29 is a base, and if you can get anything higher than that, I think I did the math once, and it was like I think it was a Bard Paladin got there like 35. I was like, damn, all right. But it was a married Bard with
all the jank.
with what's that spell? Not consecrate, the married one, not alimony.
Ceremony.
Ceremony, that's it. I knew it had Moni in it, and I was like, not alimony. What's it called? Alimony lowers your AC.
Yeah, it does. Ask Fred.
Yeah, that's why Talon can't. He's like, I need the extra 250 back because I gotta pay alimony.
But she doesn't know about the chicken farm yet, so we're fine.
Yeah, but man, when she finds out,
Sort of like there's all these opposites for clerics and stuff. I'm just like, there's the clerics for marriage, and then there's the clerics for divorce.
otherwise known as warlocks, the celestial warlocks. Like,
We cast alimony to undo ceremony spells.
oh no!
Good night. That's horrid. Okay.
Yep. So at the end of we'll keep buying.
Keep
At the end of the week, you are able to pinpoint. You feel a heavy presence coming from the north. I believe it's called like Avaskra is the old Elven kingdom, although I may be thinking of Pathfinder again. Regardless, Myth Drannor is located. You have an idea of the a viable location. Elminster is able to map it with a 3D map, basically like a magical map where he's like boop, 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 with the pendulum and goes out. Can't go any further than that. There's something blocking my abilities from there, but I think with the rug, you guys should be able to get there in less than a day.
Sweet.
He will also give you a handful of healing potions. Not the high-end ones, but the middle ones, the 44 plus 4. Just assume you have 2 each.
Okay.
Can't do artifacts, right?
No, bless you. Unfortunately, no.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
There's only one artifact I would give a cleric. Book of Exalted Deeds.
Yep.
Oh, is that in?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they printed it in 5.5.
Nice.
I'm looking at it right now. Because I'm like, I wrote that book looked so lovely in 3.5.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think I still own the physical
Yeah,
book somewhere.
physical
I
books.
have.
It's
yeah,
gold,
I have.
and the
'em.
Book of Isle of Darkness is
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like black and
Yeah.
ichor-y and.
Oh
it's
yeah,
really cool.
they're phenomenal books to own.
Yeah, I remember playing a monk with the Exalted Deeds feats.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just naked Jesus fucking shit up
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you can't wear anything but sandals. And I'm like, that I don't even have a codpiece. I have sandals. That's it.
I'm chunkless.
Yeah, they're made out of steel.
Armored. Yeah, right?
They're made out of faith. Well, turns out faith is gallium.
The vow of poverty. Yeah, I remember.
I
that.
remember about part of it.
I meant tungsten, but yeah,
Yeah.
gallium was funnier.
Yeah, Gallium was like,
It
oh,
just
that's an
it
interesting
melts
movie.
as it's walking, like
Yeah.
the heat of my. It's like that's intimidating. It's just melting.
But they don't pull out. They're just liquid sandals.
Yeah,
And like he steps out.
they're like those
solidify.
water heels with the fish
Oh.
floating.
The Silver Surfers. In
Yeah, just leaving a layer of silver behind you as you go.
Gosh, dang it, that'd be terrifying. That's full on like stepping on the ice and it cracks kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So I got a little too greedy with the 2 items, so I just chose the Amulet of Health because I like the idea of taking more hits.
Yes.
Nice.
And then,
I also like the idea of you taking more hits.
Says the man who just bumped his AC.
Bumped my AC up to like, yeah.
and then I got 4 potions of heroism.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
They give you 10 temporary hit points and the effects of bless for an hour. So any attack or saving throw, you add a d4.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
nice.
guidance, but for attack and saving throw. That's really good.
And then these are fun beads of force.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I throw them, they do some damage, and then they make a hardened sphere that will trap an enemy. Assuming
Yeah,
they
it's a
fit
cage,
into
yeah.
them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of my favorite item, Dust of Dryness.
Oh, yep.
But they're like, oh yeah, that's super great. I'm like, no. I start with them already used.
So they.
Yeah, and you just take one, put one in holy water, pop it in a vampire's mouth, and just. They're not alive anymore.
All right, Red. What purchases did you make?
I was trying to figure out where the potions were. I just got to them, but we'll get to that later. Just a few little things, like how much would some dust disappearance be?
Ooh, solid.
I don't have to use spells if I
What is
just.
it on
What's
fire?
what's the
dust.
rarity?
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100 gold each.
100. Okay.
Yeah,
How
like
about
twice the cost of a potion. So.
how much are elixirs of health? Those are potion rare. They get rid of like
Are those? I think those are the ones I just gave you. Aren't they the 44 plus 4s?
this one gets rid of
Oh,
like
is this
diseases and
Oh,
paralyzed
yeah.
or
Probably also like 150 gold.
cool.
If you have money to spend,
Because
potions and
consumables, consumables are already half the
Again,
cost
it's,
of the normal item of the
I've
rarity.
got 2,000 gold,
Because they're one use and gone.
and getting
Yeah.
the
So it'd
500
be like,
would literally give me
300
30
gold,
hit
150
points.
gold. So yeah.
So 300 for elixir of health.
No, it'd be again 300 would be the normal starting cost
Jesus.
for a rare item, and then a consumable would be half that. So
Oh,
it'd
I
be
see.
150 gold.
you quaff it. And
Okay.
It's an extra 1d6.
And how about the uncommon eyes of the eagle? Lets you see at 2 miles.
Oh, that's the thing that lets you. Yeah.
They're like contact lenses.
I know. Well, actually, they're goggles, but they could be contact lenses. That's fine. That's the one where you can discern. Like, you could read lips up to 2 miles, and you can see text
I
up to 2
figured
miles.
that's
for
good.
red,
As long
that
as
would
the
be
weather is
great.
clear and all
But-
that.
Yeah, if you
What
could read
is-
stuff from 2 miles away.
Yeah, let's do. I think 1,250 is
funny,
a
but
reasonable
it-
cost for that type of utility.
All right, I'll try to
The
talk it down a little.
reference.
Yeah.
Just kidding. How about this one is a wondrous rare item. The figurine of wondrous power, serpentine owl. So
Oh, the owl?
He can get little.
Yeah, you get. It's like
Figurine
fine
that he
familiar, but they're
checked.
little. Yeah. No, that's the
It would-
second tier one because like there's a dog one and a fly one. Yeah, so
I don't know.
probably
what the
another
tiers are.
1,250.
Cool. And he might buy the luck blade. I haven't found anything that's like really expensive that he wants yet.
Do you have the
Unless-
luck stone already?
Nope. Is that better? He just figured he'd carry around a little short sword that was lucky.
So
Yeah, I think the luck blade already does what the
I-
shield
no, it
does.
the shield.
Doesn't the luck blade just give you advantage on?
It gives you a 1 instance to re-roll, like it's like halflings.
Just
Oh.
once
Yeah,
per.
once per day.
Nice.
It's It's the
And-
halfling lucky trait.
And I think it's a +1 weapon, and it's also got +1 to saves.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
And it
Luck
lets you
stone.
cast wish.
Oh, okay. The luck
1d3
stone also
times.
gives you the ability to gives you +1 to
AC.
AC and
Oh.
saves as well. But it takes attunement. I don't
Okay,
know if you have attunement slots.
so you
I'm
can,
thinking I'm
luck
gonna have
blade
to-
is legendary. Okay.
I don't know.
Just
what
so
to
we're
spend
on.
money
Just so we're on the same page.
Got
Yeah, because it casts Swish.
What? So it has to be a sword. What sword are you putting it on?
anything simple. I thought short sword sounded fine.
Yeah, so short sword would be your best bet. I think that's the only simple sword.
In that list I saw.
So yeah, and then it's a +1. So
If I can find a better cape.
I mean, there's also staves and
Mantles.
rings, and there's a ton of stuff.
Anyway, so I'll keep looking, but that was. I kind of wanted a night. You said those were attunement and legendary. Would that even be in the price range? Or?
I found a fun item for you.
Ooh,
The Deck of Illusions.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
But it just makes an illusionary thing.
Yeah, that's,
Yes.
but
Yeah,
it
that's-
allows you to do illusions without you expending spells.
But it's this.
But it still utilizes your DC.
And you don't know what you're going to get until it goes out.
I guess the advantage is I could walk away from it because it's a card sitting there, and if the card gets moved,
No,
it
that's
goes
not how
away.
that
That's
works.
what it. I thought that was what it said.
You basically expend the card dissipates, and then the illusion appears.
Yeah. So we're looking at like 12,000 for the luck blade.
Okay.
Just 12.
Yeah. Cause it's a short sword is like 2 gold, and then it's
You sure it's not? Okay.
So it is bound to the cards, and you're right about that. But it is funny.
Yeah.
I misunderstood that. That's my fault.
But
misunderstood what?
it could be.
Oh.
You know, 'cause I don't think he has to sit there concentrating on it like he would for minor illusion. That was initially why he just walked past it.
But, while we're flying, you could drop leaflets.
You should buy like 10 of these then.
I did that on getting Magic Mouth and just magic mouthing posters and then just dropping them everywhere, and I got sent to prison.
How'd they find you?
Yeah. So
Because I was advertising
I
my
valued
business.
it at about half the cost of the wish spell.
That's valid. That's
Yeah.
valid.
So 12,500 because there's a potential that you get one charge, and then if you use it, the sword just loses that ability.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's still
Just
plus
the
one
wish
sword
part.
and luck, but it does it because it's 1d4 minus 1, and if you roll a 1, the sword just has one charge. And then you expend 1 to cast Wish, and it can't be used again until next dawn. The sword loses this property if it has no charges. So you always want it to have one charge, otherwise it's useless. The odds of it rolling one charge is not 0.
Is definitely not 0. It's-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could also use it to make an audience for our final fight.
Just
They're
to
all the
applaud you while you're
illusions.
fighting. Yay!
Okay,
And
we're.
random people.
Is it?
Random.
What is it?
Yeah, it's like 400
Sick
total.
of illusions.
Yeah.
400.
Yeah, it's uncommon.
You already have gauntlets, but I'd get you the wraps of unarmed power.
He has +3 already.
Yeah.
I have-
Yeah, I'm saying, like, you already have it taken care of, but if you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any bonuses to my weapons because I don't freaking care. I am a cleric.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of your damage come from Spirit Guardian or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
for
of my
you,
damage is going to come from him, actually.
yeah.
Because I'm going to cast Holy Weapon.
We cast it on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit. That guy will hit.
That's fair. Or the monk.
Oh, the monk, yeah.
I think the monk has the highest to hit modifier.
Currently.
Yeah. Because I think Talon has a +10 with his dagger.
I'm saying at +9.
Isn't it +9? I am also at +9.
Yeah. She's at +11 for everything.
Oh, nice.
It would be +10 if the Sword of Lothander was finesse, but
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, that's understandable.
Be much higher than that.
I'm like, I'm happy with my accuracy so far, so I'm like, it doesn't need to go too high.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Casey knows what the sword does against Tyranthraxus, but I don't want to give it away right now. I think it'll
the
be,
sword. None of these.
It's the Orc rune.
are they not in the game?
They're in the game,
But you don't
but
use them?
you can't use them.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you collect them,
Oh shit.
and you have to have them for the last fight.
That sucks.
But they're just named items that you find.
Yeah. I'll say this. I know Brian might be able to pick it up, but it's stronger than a Holy Avenger,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is nasty.
which is it's impossible in 5.5e. But like in this one instance, it's allowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a unique, rare creature.
Mm-hmm. And it's a sword made specifically for that
Yeah.
unique,
kill
rare
that guy.
creature.
I'm here to kick your ass.
I'm here
Oh.
to chew gum and fuck shit up, and my gums
So
up.
then I'm gonna ask because it's funny. Could Talon like upgrade his daggers to only do like +5 against Tyranthraxus, but they were like -4 against anything else?
Well, in theory, but the dagger he has is the life-stealing
Yeah,
dagger. That he already has a modifier and an enchantment. He would
Yeah.
have to make a new weapon. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've already discussed it. Like they
just
made
have
the
a
Sword of
whole list of
Lathander,
just-
so making the Sword of Lathander canon would therefore mean, oh, you can do that to other. Like you have a +6 against dragons. It's a +3 weapon. +6 against dragons. It'd be, and then if you wanted to make it cheaper, it would have to have negatives. So you're like, it's a +3 weapon, but it can't crit or something stupid. You know what I mean? Like even in that 20, it's still auto
It's
hits,
still- yeah.
but there's no crit damage.
There's no crit. It doesn't double the dice.
Yeah, and that would make it cost half the whatever +3 would be.
One of my buddies made an item called the coin of fate.
Oh, like
You
two
flip
two faces coin.
Yeah, you flip it, and heads it's a 20, natural 20. Tails is
It's
a natural 1.
Yep.
And we were like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, the paladin was just not playing. I was like, because he was sick that day, and I'm playing, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip this coin, and they're like, why? Because me, as the cleric of mortality, I was like, that guy has a weakness to at his next hit, and he's gonna flip the coin. Why? Because I've got 4 hits. I'm gonna flip the coin. One of them
is
going
gonna
to
be a crit, yeah.
And then I'm gonna burn a 5th level smite on top of it.
Yep.
He dealt like 300 points of damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
My
he wasn't there, and I felt so bad for him.
my 1 round with Eldritch Smite and Divine Smite on my Palak, Hexblade Warlock, Vengeance Paladin. Just 1 round of just fuck you.
Yeah.
Because Eldritch Smite, if you're huge or smaller, there's no save. You just knock prone.
There's no.
And then
save.
my next attack is at advantage, and I crit, and I was like, oh! Yeah.
Robe of Arc Magi looks pretty
Robe of
cool.
the Archmagi.
Nice. +2 AC and a bunch of other cool shit.
Advantage on spells
spells.
and magical
It
events.
is a legendary item, if I remember correctly.
Base armor class is 15 plus Dex.
That's right.
Base armor. How does that work
It's
with?
mage it's mage armor +2
Yeah, you don't.
because
use
mage armor is
armor.
13 plus your armor.
Yeah,
class.
save a
Spell
spell
book,
slot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you could, if you wanted to, you don't. You're not a cleric, but you could change out knowing mage armor with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's trying to upgrade his robe. He might want the robe of stars though, so I gotta read that real quick.
Robe of Stars is nice.
He likes being able to get out of trouble.
So yeah, while we're getting the items necessary, we're gearing up. Gimner's definitely talking to the All Father and the All Mother, just being like, okay,
Yep.
hey, after I'm done with this,
Morden and Silverbeard. No, what's her name?
I can't remember her name right now at this moment.
Baronor, something like that.
I have it written down
Silverbeard.
somewhere, not like all these character sheets.
I'm pretty sure it's like Baronor Silverbeard or something like that.
That's the
But anyways, yep, your communion
He's just
and
talking to them. Is like, okay, hey,
Or true silver.
true silver. That's what it is. Silverbeard is like Clandanog or whatever
Clangadin
Yeah,
Silverbeard.
that's it. Thank you. That's like
Yeah.
their
God of War.
and he's
cousin.
just like, I'm working on this. After we're done, we're building a temple
Awesome.
because
Make
That's
sure
what we do.
make sure you have holy vats of KFC oil.
yes.
Cool. All right, I will continue to allow you guys to make purchases. If you have any questions, ask. We will assume that you guys will make your way to Myth Drannor with the modified map that Elminster gives you so that you don't get lost. Gonna have Elisandariel make a survival check at advantage. I doubt survival isn't really something that you have a passive score of. For the sake of this purposes, I'm going to assume that we're going to use a passive score. Do you have a +5 or higher in your survival?
+6.
Yeah. So your passive is below or higher than the 15 that would be required to not get lost.
25.
Beautiful. You're able to cut the time that it would have taken you to locate Myth Drannor in half. So instead of like an 8-hour plane ride, it's a 4-hour plane ride. Nobody gets seasick or airsick. It just it's relatively uneventful but very beautiful. You leave at dawn. You just the first rays of sunlight crest over the oh Christ, what are they called? Where are we from? Yeah, but they have a G name.
Hills of Far?
Yeah, but they're in the
mountains.
Like Gallon or something like that. Gallon Mountains.
I have Hills of Far. That's all I have.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. So yeah, you're heading that way because it's kind of northeast, and you see the first light crest over the mountains, and you guys are able to.
We're zooming.
What's that?
We're zooming.
Oh yeah. I thought it was like, what's it look like? I was like, mountains, light. I don't know.
At least we don't have a druid going, what's the weather like for the next 24 hours?
Temperate at best. It's pretty nice. It's yeah. Anyways,
You say that, but that's one of my cantrips.
Is it really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Commune. There's like one little terrible cloud that's raining over some terrible little city, but you're pretty sure it's a magical cloud, like meant to fuck with that city.
I'm just like, I think I know that guy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's your husband in another game. That's where I got the idea, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you come to Myth Drannor. You see this opaque, semi-opaque dome over like 65% of the ancient Elven woods. You know, without even doing research, you know that you can't fly through it. You could land on it. You could do whatever. But also very apparent is that there's a kind of a gated area that you can gain access to. You know this as the Burial Glen, and this is where all elves who want to bury their dead have to Mecca to or pilgrimage to. Except, well, I say all elves except for Drow, they wouldn't. But
Yeah.
the Swanmay would have enough information that they probably don't feel welcome to do it yet, but someday that would be an ideal thing if they were to die to maybe get buried here. Once all elves are reconnected back on surface.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like, I kind of trust the rest of you, and I look at the drow and go, don't touch anything. If you can fly, do so.
I'm gonna poke him in the forehead.
Natural 20.
Just
Literally.
for my-
So
Like this?
I can't really do it service. There's a little bit of a lake here. This is all opaque, and then you see this open area, kind of in front of the glen. It's the only viable like landing spot. You do see a bunch of like elven, not domiciles, but like buildings and tents and old things that they would have utilized, and potentially even not mausoleums, but think like old pyres where elves who couldn't make the journey all the way, or maybe they didn't feel secure enough to make it into
Like Karens and stuff like that.
yeah. So they're probably just buried out there. Even so, like you feel this is a site of reverence, and just take that into account. You land. In something called Death's Gateway, in Old Elvish, you see right outside of the glen. There's like this, they're not crosses, but like crosses and things that
Elvish religious iconography.
correct. And in Old Elvish that you can read a bit of because it's not dissimilar. You see, yeah, this is the Death's Gateway. Welcome to the Burial Glen. Keep reverence. Stay safe. You know, and then also it has like all ye who enter here, beware, enter at your own risk, like as you would imagine. And then you see the it's like the dome. It's an opaque shield. You could tell that it's physical. You could touch it. You interact with it. Doesn't do anything. It's like glass, but you know that it is force upon force. And then it's a kind of a broken, not broken, but like a broken staticky region, and there's something keeping that area open and accessible. And when you get close to it, you can feel the eminence of power and energy, but it's not like a bastardized energy. You don't feel a negativity off of it, or even a positivity. It just feels like there's like a void. You know what I mean? Like it you ever walk through, like, you know, those spinning areas on like fun houses, and when it's spinning you're like, oh, but when it's not spinning you walk through it and you're kind of like, it feels fine but weird a little. You get that same emanation, that same feeling. So, you see the woods clearing ahead to reveal a sight chilling even in the full light of day. A large graveyard, part of the huge cemetery that Myth Drannor has become. At the entrance stands a tall, thin figure wrapped in a gray cloak. His face is hidden in the depths of his hood, and he carries in one bony hand a huge scythe. He stands at...
Bad?
He just looks at you, and that same neutral void sense permeates your entire body. A cold sweat, not an unpleasant feeling, a shudder, but not an unpleasant shudder. Just every functionality is like down the middle. He doesn't make any sound that you can tell. Doesn't emanate any scent. Isn't even touching the ground. He's just floating there in a gray cloak with his large scythe.
Is there a way to know whether or not an area has been hallowed or profaned?
Sure. You can give me a religion check.
Yeah.
I'll also let you make an arcana check. The DC for the arcana will be much higher.
20 total for religion.
Yeah. This area specifically doesn't ping in your brain as profane. Definitely not consecrated, and certainly not deconsecrated. Or desecrated, I guess is the term. You do get the feeling that it's probably a little more murky the further in you go. Excuse me. Again, everything in your body is telling you that whatever this is a source of, at worst, neutrality. Something is creating a divide between, quote unquote, the good and the bad, and is creating not a safe space, but by any other measure, a safe space.
A neutral space.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to use the terminology sanctuary, but sanctuary would be the actual word as per the spell. And again, the creature, he's flowing in the wind, he's floating there, he's got his scythe, but
You know what this is?
no visible visage makes you identify a race or an ancestry or anything. It just looks like a visage or a specter of death. You guys are probably about 100 feet away at this point.
Is there any chance we keep walking forward? I could try an insight to see if it cares that we're coming.
You can do whatever you want. I need to know what you're doing.
That's what I would try.
So Red just starts walking forward.
Unless nobody else wants to go.
I mean, yeah.
So Red starts walking forward with his new glasses.
Pull him back.
Oh yeah, I got 2 mile glasses.
You don't go in the front. And I just like walk next to him, like just hold him by the scruff of his neck.
Yeah, I'd like to add the scythe is like 4 feet bigger than you are.
Yeah, I figured he was bigger. Yeah.
Hello.
Wait, we're like 100. We're like 95 feet away.
As you
We've probably gone 10 feet.
approach him and what's the word? Communicate. As you
Elucidate.
but there's the word. As you interact with him, a cold breeze blows over your skin. And with your passive perception being above 15, the cloak shimmers a little, and then the body shimmers a little, and the scythe shimmers a little. Doesn't appear to be an illusion, but something about it doesn't manifest as solid. It still makes no sound, still makes no scent.
Illusion check. No.
What are you doing?
No. Just continue. Are you...
The closer you get, the less physical it manifests. So the closer you are, the less real it appears.
Okay.
And by the time you get to within 5 or 10 feet, it's gone.
Okay.
But everybody, if you stayed far enough back, it's like a mirage.
Yeah.
So the closer you get, the less real it appears. The farther away you are, the more real it appears.
Okay.
Could be a little security.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but...
And then you step over the threshold.
Yes.
Who ye be?
I am Gimnor. Who...
So after you all pass over the threshold and you turn around, you see the visage in full form.
Okay.
So it's like you had
Just
to.
on the other side.
Yeah, well, he's where he was,
Yeah.
but you had to walk through him. But again, he became more ethereal the closer you got, and then he disappeared. And then when you turned around after approaching, then he appeared. You said something, and he goes, "Who be ye?" And he says this in a very old, like Withers in Baldur's Gate. It has a very, very heavy Elven dialect, but it's in common, like Appalachian common. Who ye be?
I am Gimnor, cousin of that guy.
Oh, wonderful. Why doth thou disturb the spirits of the late great Myth Drannor?
We don't want to disturb them. We'd like to help them.
Your
put to
very
rest.
presence disturbs them.
Can we not put them to rest?
Oh, well,
Probably not.
what ye mean rest? Rest has different connotations based
Well,
on
if they are
a number of
disturbed, then
things.
we can cast Hallow on the place and just be like, okay.
But that would destroy the physical forms of some of their, but that wouldn't necessarily put them to rest.
We're here to fix a bigger disturbance than ourselves.
And what is that?
It's in the center. Don't know
The
if
pool of radiance.
that.
Yeah,
Ah,
his
we're
name
here
is
to stop that.
Tyranthraxus.
Ah, Tyranthraxus.
Mhm.
Ye may pass. Doth he have the helm, the gauntlets, and the blade, so thee may find the beast and his lair and slay him dead?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Wonderful. Good, good, good. Ye may pass through the glen into the ruins, and from there to the tyrant's temple, or you may pass through the warrior's gate at the center of this complex, and from there pass into Tyranthraxus' lair unaware. But beware, for the way is perilous.
Would we be unaware or would he be unaware?
Maybe a little bit of both. And he fades off into
That way.
smoke. He dissipates into smoke.
Divination, right?
The Warrior's Gate.
What'd you say?
We was like, let's cast divination to see if it's a good thing to go through the Warrior's Gate.
Yeah, it's wheel or woe, right?
I've got augury.
I'm not doing it because I don't have that for my. It's a ritual, but I don't
Yeah, you don't have to have it. You have to if it's a ritual and you don't have ritual casting. That's why.
have ritual.
Yeah.
casting.
The wizard does.
Yeah, wheel, woe. Yep.
I don't want to use mine.
Ask your question and roll a die.
Oh, just you said you wanted to go that way wherever he disappeared to, right?
No. Like the Warriors.
The
map,
Warrior's
that-
Gate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
Warrior's
if we
Gate.
go that way, wheel or woe. Do I roll anything?
I think the GM rolls. For
It says it takes me 11 minutes though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Let's
ritual
read the
roll.
whole spell.
So you receive an omen from another worldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. DM chooses the omen from the omens table. Wheel, woe, wheel, and woe, indifference.
Yeah. Do you want to know?
Just if it'll be good or bad if we go that way.
So whether the
Warrior's
Warrior's
Gate.
Path.
Glen into the ruins, so the Tyrant's Temple or the Warrior's Gate. You want to know?
Go to the Warriors Gate.
Warrior's
Yeah.
Gate.
Oh yeah.
Wheel and woe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's certainly a more direct route, but there be things within Myth Drannor that are working with Tyranthraxus, and there be things within Myth Drannor that are not, that seek their own reasonings.
Okay.
We're gonna find the Sphinx.
So, quick question:
Yeah,
how
I've heard the
late do
story.
we want to go?
I think probably now.
Because we can end here, or we can go until
I
10.
would say let's end here
No,
because
it's a-
I'm
this is a
kind of
good spot.
falling asleep.
That works.
It's terrible, but this
feel
has
No,
like
been a
it's good
bad
place
week
to
for me
Okay,
to
got
sleep.
sushi in the morning.
Sushi? Okay.
Good.
I really want Panda
alright, well,
Express.
We're going to end it there. Next in 2
And I
weeks,
don't know
we
why.
will be not at the heart of Myth Drannor. We will be at the start of Myth
Which one?
Drannor.
Well,
Um,
ours have been
Panda Express.
Like, what would you
You
get?
guys can do your shopping. Fred, if he wants to shop,
probably
can
the
shop.
lo
I
mein,
will
the
probably
mushroom
do the shopping
chicken,
for
and
him.
Maybe the orange chicken.
So, yeah.
Maybe beef
Thank you for
broccoli. I
spending
don't
your
know.
Friday evening with us. This has been Fellowship. I don't remember all the extra stuff to say. head out through the fellow shop on the
Check
blah,
out
blah, blah,
the
to catch
shop.
some awesome loots, and
Yeah.
then catch Casey tomorrow afternoon. You're streaming something?
No.
No.
No, he doesn't do Saturdays.
Okay. I don't remember
He
if
did
we
it
have.
this
Yeah.
Friday night.
Well, catch me Monday, and then next week catch him for whatever else. Are you finishing anything up? Are you close to anything, or are you still
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, we're very close to the end on.
nice?
And now that we're done with the story in WoW, Chrono Trigger will be next week.
Fun.
Yeah.
Might be about 2 episodes of Chrono Trigger left.
Cool. And then we'll have to figure out what you're gonna do after that.
Oh,
He knows.
I have plenty of content planned.
Maybe I was like, I'll do Oz or Bond, so you just did it.
Most likely Dragon Quest 1.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
High
fun.
definition.
Good night.
That's fun. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will be doing Galrim on Monday evenings.
Yeah.
I'm
So yeah, it would be Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. High definition.
trying to think. I'm trying to become a Thane in another region, and then I'm getting really, really close to challenging Alduin.
Yes,
Uh,
you are. You have to see if you're going to save Parthenax, though.
I do have the. I did. That's one of the things. I have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Parthenax fix, so I don't have to kill him.
Yeah, which is...
I don't know if it'll work. I'm hoping. We'll see.
see.
But yeah, I did just find Elsbeth for the blade, so I'm starting the whole Civil War stuff. So
Yeah.
I got to figure out, because screw Ulfric. But
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
Yeah, good
We will
night.
see you guys some other time. Bye. Oh, where'd it go? There it is.
Good night.